Good evening. Today is Friday, March 2nd. Brazil military's growing role in crime, crackdown, fuels fears among poor. Army admits special forces were on deadly favela ready as fears rise over Rio's military takeover of security forces. Police with automatic rifles slung around their necks stood behind an armored car near the entrance of the Salgueiro favela, a half-hour drive from Rio across the Guanabara Bay. Nearby, Joelma Milanes, 38, cried as she recalled the night last November when she and her husband found her son Marcio Albino, 21, lying dead, with several others after a police and army operation. The army told the Guardian its Special Forces Battalion, Brazil's equivalent of the U.S. Navy SEALs, participated in the operation which left 7 dead, but denied they fired the shots. The people who should be protecting us are killing us, Milan said. They do what they want. They want justice. Such concerns have intensified since 16 February, when President Michel Temer declared a federal intervention in Rio de Janeiro state, putting a general in charge of its police forces, prisons and security. On Monday, Temer announced the creation of a new extraordinary Ministry of Public Security and appointed another General, Joaquim Silva e Luna, as Minister of Defense. Since Temer sanctioned a new law last October, investigations into civilian death during police actions by the armed forces have been bundled by military courts and prosecutors. But Human Rights Watch says the army is stonewalling an investigation into the Salgueiro massacre, whose death toll rose to 8 after a victim died in hospital. And while the federal interventions has been support of Rio's middle and upper classes spoked by rising crime, poorer Brazilians like Milanes, who works in garbage recycling, are apprehensive. I think it will get worse, she said. It's not a solution. Violent crime has risen in Rio as a mismanaged and deeply corrupt state government slipped into financial and administrative chaos. Rio's former governor has been jailed for the graffiti, and the state is so broke it can't even afford to maintain police cars, while armed drugs gangs have extended their reach over towns like São Gonçalo. Their dominance is evident in Salgueiro, where bare-chested gang members patrol the favela on motorbikes. The letters CV daubed in the red on all walls signal that the neighborhood is controlled by the powerful Comando Vermelho, Red Command gang, which monopolizes drugs sales. After cargo heists, trucks are parked here and merchandise sold quickly and cheaply. Food and electrical goods go very quickly, said one resident, who spoke anonymously for fear of reprisals. the favela, which borders a forest and a swamp, is desperately poor. As in many such communities in Rio, the government's presence is barely felt, and the gangs and evangelical churches have filled the vacant. Pastor Pedro Oliveira, 39, who runs the Projeto Sara, the Projeto Sara Mid Church, spends more time handing out food baskets and helping residents than he does preaching. We are a social support, Pastor Oliveira said. All the support you can imagine. Like many Rio favelas, Salgueiro hosts outdoor parties called bailes, where music blasts unto dawn. There was a baile on the night. Marcio Sabino was killed, but his mother says he had just gone out to get something to eat. According to reports by local media, El País and the Human Rights Watch, the army and the police had staged an operation in Salgueiro a few days earlier, dropping soldiers into the adjacent forest from helicopters, but the gang's members they were pursuing were warned and fled unscathed. A second operation took place in the early hours of 11 November. Callers to a phone line to denounce police abuses reported the men rappelling from helicopters into the forest hours earlier. Around 11 p.m., survivors told El País that the shots came from the forest before men in black in helmets with laser sights emerged from the trees. The army has said the soldiers and the police took part in a joint operation in armored vehicles on 11 November. Initially, it said they were fired on. It now say the soldiers heard intense gunfights and they found the bodies on the road but were not involved in any confrontation. Brazilian police are not equipped with sophisticated military equipment like ballistic helmets and the laser sight, but the Army's Special Forces Battalion has snipers, helicopter experts and night vision goggles, according to an article by Rio's O Globo newspaper. The Army denied to O Globo that the Special Forces troops, nicknamed Ghosts, had taken part in the operation. But on Monday, an Army spokesman told The Guardian that the Special Forces Battalion soldiers were in one of the armored vehicles involved. When Joelma Milanes and her husband, Claudio Lopes, 50, hitched Salgueiro from their neighborhood, they saw 4 bodies spread on the dark road. She said that the police stopped them approaching the body of her son, whom she said but never been involved in crime. They put a gun in our faces, said Lopes. A photo later circulated on Facebook showed the victims' bodies in a pile, like they were garbage, his mother said. State prosecutors are conducting an investigation into police involvement but have been unable to interview the soldiers who took part, said Paulo Cunha, one of the prosecutors. In December, the military prosecutor running the arms investigation interviewed soldiers involved in December in Goiânia, capital of Goiás state, where the Special Forces Battalion is based. A spokesman said the military prosecutors were still waiting for testimony from police officers and the ballistic evidence. Police are also investigating but did not respond to questions from the Guardian. Neither they nor any of the civil or military prosecutors have interviewed João Milanes. There have been 29 military operations in Rio since 2001, but not one has produced lasting results, said Luis Soares, a former National Security Secretary. He said the militarized interventions ignored structural problems, such as the dominance of drugs gangs in Brazil's overcrowded prisons. These are reactive policies to put out fires, but they do not address the causes of the fire, Soares said. In a statement to The Guardian, the army highlighted positive results in previous operations such as during the Olympics and the World Cup, and suggested that if intervention was successful, it could even be used in other states. Retired Jean Gilberto Pimentel, the president of the Rio's military club, which often acts as a voice for officers not permitted to give interviews, told The Guardian he was concerned there would be collateral effects. We are going to act to communities that are dominated by the bandits, he said. It's very difficult to separate the good people from the bandits. My opinion about this problem in Rio de Janeiro. I think that number one, the communities of favelas in Rio, there are many people, good people. For me, it's very difficult to separate the good people from the bandits. For me, it's absurd. I was in favela, in the Rio de Janeiro favelas in 2005, 2006 and 2009. I remember I saw for first time in my life the bandits, the guns, the large guns, and I remember that I felt fear. I had fears because in the first night in the favela, the Rio Comprido, I listened to shooting. For me, it was the amazing non-sound. The EV New Year's in 2006, I passed my first night to this 2006 in one other favela. I don't remember the name. I think the Complexo da Maré, in a dangerous area. I saw many bandits passing crossing the street, looking the people. I was I remember that I was seen on the street because some people said me that it's dangerous look the different parts when you enter one favela. So I walked to only sing to street. But I remember that when I saw I don't know 1, 2, 3, 4, or 7 bandits using the large guns and crossing the street. My heart beats very faster when I remember my friend said me this area is the worst area in Rio de Janeiro. The security, not security, the killer numbers in this area is very high. Of course, I was scared. I remember I could not to sleep in this first night. But I know the beautiful and the ugly part of Rio de Janeiro. You can to separate the good people from the bandits. I think the police in Rio de Janeiro suffered with the corruptions, the one state broke state. This situation is during the many years, but I have hope that the situation in Rio de Janeiro can be to improve after the national intervention. But the policemen must be respected, because it's very sad listen every day the other policemen that or the other civil or innocent people that is sad. Rio is a paradise. Rio is a wonderful city, but unfortunately Rio suffered the violence because during many decades the bandits have dominated every favelas in the city. But I have hope. I think that this year would be the years of a change for Rio de Janeiro. I have hope. Combat the violence, the corruption. I think this is the only one solution. Is my opinion. I am Brazilian. I hope that my city, that I love so much, of Rio de Janeiro, be the great city again, and no violence, no corruption. Is my dream. I don't know in the future, but I have hope. I think that many people have hope too. Thank you very much to watch my new video. If you want to learn English, talk with me in English, come here at Class for the Jamas, or we can to do class by Skype anywhere in the world. Sharing this video with your family, friends, everybody. Give a like on my page on Facebook. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. In my channel you can find all the videos in all the language. Portuguese, Brazilian, French, Italian, Spanish, of course in English. they are interesting news that I found, that I read, that I gave my opinion. So watch, comment, share, give a like, to my other videos too. If you want to talk with me about anything, send me one message by WhatsApp. He is my WhatsApp number. It will be great pleasure receiving your message. Okay, thank you very much, my friend. To my friend in Australia, United States, Canada, United Kingdom, New Zealand, Kenya, Nigeria, Egypt, Africa, South Africa, and different countries when I speak English. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow with the other interesting news. Good Friday night, good weekend. See you tomorrow, my friend. Thank you very much. Bye.